guys, it's Eden and I'm here to give you my November book haul. I'm going to do things a little differently this time because the last video wasn't even 2 minutes long. So this time I'm going to tell you a little bit about the book, a brief synopsis of the stories. That way you know if it's something that you're interested in buying or not. The first book that I received is The Glass Bear by Lauren DeStefano. This book was the November Owl Crate book in the Castles, Courts, and Kingdoms theme. This book is about a princess who really wants to explore the world and see what's out there. And one day she discovers a secret about herself, and it's that she has the power to turn people into gemstone with a touch. Kind of like the Midas touch thing, but gemstone instead of gold. And this is, she doesn't want that power. She doesn't want anything to do with it, but she's drawn to it. She uses it, and the more she uses it, the more she's drawn to the power. And the kingdom's on the brink of war and all kinds of stuff, so it's going to be, I think there's going to be some political stuff in here, as well as it's going to be, you know, there's going to be some magic in here and probably some romance, I don't know. But I'm really excited to read this. And this book also has an exclusive cover. The words are a little different on the normal cover. The rest of the books are from a book outlet order. The first book that I got is not young adult or middle grade. This is a kid's book, but I loved this so much in school that I decided to get it. It's called The Egypt Game, and it is by Zilpha Keatley Snyder. This book is about a girl who is fascinated with all things Egyptian, and she decides she's going to play a game, and they call it the Egypt Game. And she starts playing, and then she meets a girl who's very interested, and they start playing together, and eventually there's a group of like 4 or 5 of the kids that are playing this game, and weird things start to happen. And it's about it's the mythology and the mystery of what's going on around them. They think they're responsible for all of these things that are going on around them. So it's really, this was really interesting, and I loved this in elementary school because I was fascinated with all things Egyptian, and I was like, I want to play a game like this. I want to come up with a game like this. So this is something that I really, really enjoyed. And if you haven't read it, even though it's probably not quite on my level anymore, it's a story that I really enjoy. The concept is great. There's illustrations in here, and I really, really enjoy the story as a whole. So I definitely recommend this to you guys if you're interested in Egypt, and if you can still kind of handle reading children's books. I definitely recommend this. The next book that I got is called The Love That Split the World, and it is by Emily Henry. I've seen art prints and things about this book, and I never really knew what it was. And then on Book Depository, I saw the cover, and it's the same as this art print so that I've seen. And I was like, I wonder what this is about. So I looked at it, and it's about this girl named Natalie, and the town she lives in. She's in a small town in Kentucky, and it's her last summer there, and she starts seeing strange things. The synopsis says that one day she sees her door as a color that it's not, like she sees a red door when it should be green or something like that. And eventually the whole town disappears for a period of time, and there's this apparition that appears to her, and she calls it grandmother, and this apparition tells her that she has, I think, 3 months to save him. So she doesn't really understand what she's talking about, and eventually she meets this boy, and she just, it says it's as if time stops and nothing exists, nothing except Natalie and Beau. So I assume he's the one that she has to save, and there's going to be romance, and it's going to be just probably nostalgic because it takes place in a she's, you know, like she meets this boy under stadium lights, it says. So I think it's going to be nostalgic, and I think that this is probably going to be a book that I really enjoy. I haven't heard a lot about it, but I'm really excited to read it. The next book that I got is Vampires of Manhattan by Melissa De La Cruz. This book is a spin-off of the Blue Blood series, and I really enjoyed the Blue Blood series. I really want to reread it. Okay, this is about her best friend Oliver, the main character's best friend Oliver, and it tells his story. He leaves the Blue Bloods coven, and I believe he's someone that is turned, and he leaves and kind of starts his own kind of thing. And I don't know, it's going to be interesting to see another side of the series, of the story. So I'm very interested in reading this, so that's why I bought it, because I enjoyed those other books. If you are interested in the Blue Bloods series, I don't want to give you any more detail about this because I don't remember a lot about the Blue Bloods series, but I would recommend checking out the Blue Bloods series if you like things like Twilight and things like that. The next two books that I got are The Fallen Volume 2 and The Fallen Volume 3. I do have the first one, the first volume, and of course this is about fallen angels. And since I haven't read them yet and I don't have the first one here, so I don't really want to get into too much detail. Basically, I'm pretty sure that the series is about fallen angels trying to redeem themselves. There's always some kind of conflict with demons and things, and romance. There's also romance, and I haven't read the first one yet. I should have probably before I picked these up, but I'm really interested in things like this. I loved the Fallen series by Lauren something. I really enjoyed that series, so I was really drawn to this. So I hope that I enjoy these. The next book that I got is Alex Approximately by Jen Bennett. This book is something that I've heard a lot about. I can't even tell you. This was an impulse buy. I don't really know much about it. I don't know enough about it to tell you much, but this is a popular book. I'm excited to read this. I've been in a romance, contemporary kind of mood here lately, so this is something that I'm excited to read. The next book I got is called Meddling Kids by Edgar Tarot. This is kind of like Scooby-Doo. It's got 4 people and a dog, and considered horror. So this book is kind of a Scooby-Doo type of story. There was this detective club in high school. When these kids were in high school, they were in a detective club, and it was in 1977, and now it's 1990, and they're grown up and they're haunted by some memories from back in 1977, their last night together in their little clubhouse. And they're trying to solve this mystery of some things that they saw that night. And I think that it's like Scooby-Doo. The theme is like Scooby-Doo, but this is going to be a little more intense, I think, because it's adults in the story and not young kids. The next thing and the last thing that I got is the special edition box set of Harry Potter. I had the first 2 in the original covers in hardback, and they are really expensive with the original covers and in hardback. So I decided that I was going to try to find them in paperback, and then they were having a sale on box sets in November, and this was one of the box sets on sale, so I bought this. I've read the first book. I have not read the second book, but I need to pick that up and get to it. I'm really surprised at the size differences. Books 1 through 3 are really small compared to the others. I was surprised by that. Of course, I'm not going to give you any type of synopsis on Harry Potter because I think everybody knows what Harry Potter is. That is my November book haul. I hope that you've enjoyed it. I hope that you like this better than the last one. I know that the last one I didn't have really any detail about anything. I was just like, The Fallen by so-and-so. You know, like, that's not fun. And you don't know what they're about. If it's a book you've never heard of, you're not going to know what they're about. So I wanted to kind of maybe try at least to explain a little more. I hope that I get better at this. I'm still really awkward in front of the camera. BookTube is such a large community with so many well-known people, and I'm not here to be like BookTube famous or anything. I'm just here to talk about my love of books, and I really hope that these videos aren't as bad as I feel like they are. But that's it for now. I'm going to be filming my What Did I Read in November, my November wrap up right after this, and I'll post that soon as well. And like I said, I hope you've enjoyed this, and I'll see you soon. Okay.